Reddit asks, how did your affair start? When my wife found a napkin in my pocket and swore it was not her lipstick, I had no idea how it got inside my pocket. After months of her thinking I was cheating, at lunch one day I was eating a sandwich and drinking a red Gatorade. After wiping my mouth with the napkin, I realized it was the same shade as my evidence of an affair napkin. My wife let a friend borrow a hooded sweatshirt one evening while she had a fire and a few friends over. Her friend washed said hoodie and returned it. My wife washes it because she doesn't like her fabric softener. There was a pair of her friend's underwear stuck in the sleeve of the hoodie that came out in our washer machine. I get home from working and she accused me of cheating after a massive fight, and me racking my brain she called her friend and confirmed it's her black thong. Was once accused of cheating. Front passenger seat on my car was moved too close for any guy to sit in. My then GF demanded to know who I'd had in my car. I told her it was Chris, a coworker. She came storming into my company the next day, demanding to see Chris. Imagine her face when she found out Chris was Christopher, a little person. He stood 4 feet 2 inches. I milked her apology for a decade. Don't mind me just looking for my dad's comment. Found out she was cheating on me. Decided to cheat on her as an act of revenge. It did not make me feel any better, pretty much the exact opposite actually. I just felt like I was a piece of shit as well. It was a very short affair. Edit, not his dad, sorry folks. My dad cheated on my mom after my older sister was born. It was rocky for my parents for a few years after that, but ultimately my mom forgave him and they eventually had me. Then around the time I was 10, my dad had another affair, my parents got divorced, and my dad remarried about a year later. I didn't know any of these details at the time they split up. Last year, I'm 29 now, while having a heart-to-heart with my sister about something else, she asked me if I ever knew about our dad's affair and told me everything she knew about it. It really contextualized a lot for me. The larger than average age gap between me and my sister, the strange feelings I eventually recognized as guilt in my dad's behavior when I would see him, and how truly kick-ass my mom was dealing with all that extra baggage while she was raising me as a single parent. Affairs can be extremely painful for everyone involved. I'm proud of the person I am today, and I know my parents' divorce had a huge impact on me, but I definitely wish that my dad's affairs had never happened. It never did, but I couldn't convince the ex that it didn't. So here I am, a 42-year-old divorced dude trying to start over in the craziest timeline imaginable. She started telling me about relationship troubles. We grew closer over time, sharing insecurities and whatnot. Eventually we developed feelings, on which we could not act. Eventually, those feelings became too strong and we caved. It lasted for 1.5 years, me trying to commit to this new thing we developed, her not completely able to let go. She jumped between me and the other. Eventually I realized my committing to and feeling for her were unhealthy. And I realized, too late, that I didn't want to be the person that made someone else cheat. I was maybe 12 years old. And I told my mom that my best friend and I were having an affair. I thought affair meant fight. Edit, I just realized, I probably only knew the word because my parents had a long, terrible divorce while I was young. The divorce was because one of them cheated and the other revenge cheated. Staying on message of this miserable thread lol. She found a tank top in the laundry that wasn't her size. She threw it at my face, said I hoped she was worth it, and stormed off. Turns out it was her shirt, that I shrunk, because I'm bad at laundry. My wife found a hairband on the living room floor that wasn't hers. We don't have daughters and no female friends/family had visited in quite a while. Thankfully she trusted me so I didn't get a crazy accusation like yours, but it was definitely a weird awkward mystery for a while. Then a couple weeks later I was telling the story to some friends and my buddy who sometimes comes over to watch football goes, "Oh yeah, that's probably my daughter's. I keep them in my pockets for her and it probably fell out when I was over for the game." Mystery solved. Oh man, what a relief to have some closure, as it was not a good feeling having zero explanation for it. Back when I was like 15, my mother found a pair of socks in the laundry that were too small and weren't discernible as anyone's in the family. She interpreted it to mean I was having sex with my girlfriend and she freaked out. My girlfriend at the time was a pseudo-hippie and didn't even wear socks. Bold of you to think I'm capable of seducing not one but two people. My husband spent a few years trying to talk me into cuckolding, and I told him I'm not that kind of person and that I wanted love and to feel like I was enough for someone. He wouldn't stop asking, it's all he talked about, it ruined our sex life completely, he developed it and kept suggesting I find someone else. Eventually I did start seeing other people and the rule was never have any feelings for other people, but that's basically the only rule put forward. Anyway, 2 times I fell for someone who told me that I was all they wanted and I was enough for them. He noticed when I started having feelings, or I confessed, and he demanded that I stop, but I didn't. Both of those men were lying completely and seeing other women while telling me that. I initiated a divorce. I don't want to piece together happiness through various people. All I wanted was to just be in one relationship with one man who loves me, and now I'm old and I'll probably never have it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more.